Hello and welcome to the Heresy Lodge. I'm your host, Dylan Cooper, the constant co-host over here.
Gavin Franklin.
And we have a special guest to celebrate his retirement. And then he's going to fuck off from talking to us. The very highly coveted Trainwreck.
Hey, what's up, guys?
Welcome, Trainwreck. This is what, your third time on here?
Second.
Damn.
Yeah, the other time was on with Raptor when he told me to shut the hell up when I was going to give a spoiler.
You know, I was going to put a disclaimer on this one that there's going to be a lot of spoilers. And I was really hoping you wouldn't.
No. I try to be better in my wording when I ask, hey, where are you guys?
Oh, yeah. Have you got to the part where everyone's dead? I am not, actually. Thanks for that, though. Okay.
Trainlex, did you get the leaked email from Dan Abnett? Did you read how everyone dies in the end?
No, I did not. In my defense, I read these books when they come out. And so I might be like years ahead of you back in the day. Now I'm only like a year ahead of you. So a lot of them just blend together. And I'm like, I know it happened in that book, but sure.
Maybe happened in that book.
Were we born when the books first started coming out?
I think so.
I don't know. It's 2000 and
how we were born.
5? Yeah.
Fair enough.
No, I was 11. No. Yes. 2005. What age was I in 2005? 6 plus 5. That's 11, yeah.
You're like 23.
I was old.
Yeah. Picking up the first book. Horus Rises. Oh, man. That's a good one.
Which ironically wasn't my first book.
Oh, I'm surprised. I thought,
no, when it comes to 40K.
Horus Heresy.
No. But I jumped right in after 2 books and I was like, sure, this is Fire Hose. I could do it.
That's what we did.
Awesome.
We're still fucking drinking. It doesn't fucking stop. All right, before we get too far into fun stuff, as always, set us up on our Discord where you could have met Trainwreck. You're only around for what? Another few weeks?
Yeah. 3 more weeks.
3 more weeks. So you better get your ass in here to meet the Trainwreck himself. Find that pinned to our Twitter at Heresy Lodge. Gmail us at theheresylodge@gmail.com. We're on YouTube at the Heresy Lodge. Buy some merch. Feeds my child. Maybe gives Gavin a wedding. Gavin, you've been hyping up your drink. Please tell me what it is.
All right. You guys get a special edition here. Since it's a special episode, I will be making my drink. Now, I can't make drinks. I tried this for the first time yesterday. It doesn't work. But I have been stuck in this, I think it's more like 83 degrees up here right now. Like, I am sweating at my future in-laws' house because my internet has been out. My roof's been destroyed, so they're repairing the roof. So I wake up every morning at 7 a.m. to just massive pounding on the roof. So
I hope they're putting your roof on.
To what?
I hope they're putting your roof on with all that pounding.
Well, I think they're taking some of it off, putting some of it back on. It's a whole process. So the first drink I'm going to make, hopefully I get to 2, is going to be the Apple Breeze. That's what it's called.
Okay.
The only reason I'm making these drinks is because it's the only 2 drinks I identified in the book that they actually had the ingredients for. But not really. Only part of the ingredients. I am subbing a lot of stuff. They have a shitload of liquor bottles, and 90% of them are flavored rum. And I can't really do a lot with that.
Okay.
All right. So this is.
Mm-hmm. You spent 30 minutes flipping through a book before we started. You should know.
Yes.
I'll tell you what. I need a 3/4 ounce of coconut rum. I got one of these things. This is 1 ounce. I'm just going to do a whole ounce.
Is it?
Yeah, there you go.
1 ounce or is it an ounce and a half?
Huh?
So is it 1 ounce or is it an ounce and a half?
This is an ounce. So I'm going to fill it up 3/4 of the way.
Or you quit being a bitch and do the full way.
Yeah, I pretty much did. I can't.
Yeah, I was going to go with that.
All right. That's pretty easy.
Mixologist Gavin.
Boring fucking drink. Okay. The other one is.
It turns out my whole thing is a 3/4 of a shot of rum.
That's it. Here's I have to add sparkling hard cider. I don't think this is sparkling. I just have cider boys.
I
So,
mean,
oh,
it's carbonated. That's sparkling.
Yeah.
there it is. And it says add an apple slice to garnish. They don't believe in fruits or vegetables. So like anything that needed a mint was completely out.
I
So I
mean,
can't garnish.
So what is it, just like a house full of meat? Are you gonna put like a piece of bacon in it?
This is just rum and cider.
What's the,
Yeah, how's
what's
it
the
go?
name?
It's called the Apple Breeze.
Apple Breeze.
Apple
It's actually
Breeze.
pretty fucking good. Like
That
that's
was
Oh,
because
man.
you added the extra rum.
it's impressively good. I might
Just a cider with
for a job.
coconut rum in it. I mean, that's not anything.
Yeah, I mean-
I was expecting revolutionary. I thought we were getting Gavin the mixologist Franklin, but we're
The
just
next
getting
one-
a dumbass.
The next one will be way more interesting with a lot more substitutions. I'll let you know when I get there. I have to build some anticipation. But I'll tell
Okay.
you what, cider plus rum, pretty fucking good.
Talk about
Okay.
a revolutionary idea.
What the fuck are you drinking, Mr.
I am
Revolutionary
drinking.
over there?
It's the last one of the season. This is our last episode of October. So I'm finishing off from this is a fucking name. Schlauffly.
Ooh, that's sick.
Schlauffly's Oktoberfest.
Is it any fucking good?
It's
Probably
actually pretty
not
good.
as good as that Apple Breeze. Because this is delicious.
I mean, it's definitely more manly.
You're over there with your 19th Oktoberfest. How original.
Is
Making
it
fun of me.
pumpkin?
Nah, just a good old Oktoberfest.
October flavored.
So what makes a beer an Oktoberfest beer?
I'm assuming the malts in it, probably, or whatever.
They
Picked in October?
Oh, here we go. Amber lager is balanced by German noble hops, while the lager yeast ferments and slow creating a crisp beer. So, German hops, I guess, makes it an Oktoberfest.
they take the leftovers from the pumpkin spice lattes. They take those spices and they put it in the and you have an Oktoberfest.
But that's happening right now still. I don't think there's not leftovers yet.
They just buy some from last year.
Oh, okay. They let it ferment for a year. That makes more sense.
Yeah,
There you go.
I
There
love
you
it.
go.
Trainwreck, you drinking anything?
Still on duty. So water?
Oh, okay. That's important. That's pretty important.
And I have to drive home still.
Fair enough. I'm
Here in
always
California, everyone has cars that drive themselves.
Not two thumbs this guy.
fair enough. So
Sounds like you're missing out.
No, I'm good.
we made our way through Warhawk, or we're working our way through Warhawk.
Yeah, so did we? Because I did not.
And before we got into the siege, we had a conversation where it was like, how much have we actually enjoyed the Horus Heresy before we got into the siege? And our numbers were a lot lower than what I would have said book 3.
Well, I have, I was thinking about this. I have an idea of why. And you guys have touched on it. It's the way you're consuming it. Just nonstop pounding every book down is not the way to enjoy this. There's just no hype or no excitement for the next one. It's like, oh, now another one. Oh, now another one.
Mm-hmm.
And that's my opinion.
Do you feel like the authors did a bad job at wrapping up storylines, though?
Oh yes. Even I'm waiting for the next End of the Death Volume B Alpha 3 or whatever it's going to be. Yes, there we go. But there's still a lot of stuff out there that I wish they would have gotten to, and I'm not going to say all of them because it would give spoilers away. But I agree with you guys.
What, like, specifically, like, Horus Heresy storyline do you wish they would have touched in the siege?
See, I am a fan of the Knights Errant, and I would have liked to see stuff other than Garo. I would have liked to see, they have that big scene about how when we start the Grey Knights, right? Here's your new name, and he's got the 11 coins or 12 coins or whatever it was. But other than three characters, the other ones didn't matter. And I would have liked to seen a little bit more fleshed out on that, especially given the significance of that 40K chapter.
Yeah, that's fair.
For real. No, I
Then
agree.
you get Arvita, Garo, who didn't become one, Logan, who didn't become one, Rubio, who became one.
Well, so Garo wasn't offered one, right? It was Logan that turned it down. Garo just wasn't offered it.
Yeah, Garo was just like, you're not gonna want this anyway. Fuck off.
Malcolm was like, "You're too much trouble, and you used to be a Death Guard, so I'm not on board."
You also smell like ass.
Yes, this is true.
Yeah,
So I
that's
think
fair.
I think that one, geez, off the top of my head, that I'm a fan of the perpetual plots, but I wish they would have gone more into it during the heresy, not with where they're at and what they're trying to force down in the siege, where it seems kind of lost in the sauce, kind of meandering maze-like stuff.
Yeah.
I would have liked to seen more of, if they really were what I think they're trying to set them up to be, tied in a little bit with Cabal, that kind of stuff, or as you read and finish Warhawk, you'll find out with Grandma and stuff. I think that would have been that sparked my interest. In fact, I didn't even give a rat's ass about the perpetuals until we get to Warhawk and towards the end about, oh, okay, there it is.
Yeah. My biggest complaint about all the perpetual storylines is I never know what the hell anyone wants.
True.
It's like I don't know whether or not to root for a character or if a character has become more successful in their endeavors, because I don't know
Okay, so
what I'm trying to achieve.
which one was your favorite perpetual?
Grammaticus was definitely my favorite perpetual, although I did like Damon when he was
Damon
alive.
was a badass.
I was gonna say the same thing, Damon, and the way he goes out, I was like, huh, well, that sucked.
It did, but I think it would have been a lot cooler if they continued to make Narek a much more badass instead of abandoning his.
And that is my next one I was going to be. Narek. Really and truly the only cool word bearer out there.
Yeah. I mean, you had what's his face for a book. 2 books.
Who, Argo Tall?
Yeah.
See, I wasn't.
He wasn't a badass like Narek is. Like Narek, he's just like, I love that he's just so against the grain. He's like, man, these word bearers are fucking nuts. I'm gonna fuck.
My favorite is when he uses the 2 guys to get onto whatever planet he's trying to get to. And yeah, I don't need you anymore, and kills them both.
Yeah, Makarage.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh my god, when you said that for the first time, I was driving, I was screaming at my radio. I'm like, you really are you? You're like, no, I'm pretty sure that's how you say it.
How do you say it?
Pretty sure. McCrag.
I think it's
okay, give me that look. It's not Makarage.
I'm trying to think.
We marched for McCrag.
Yeah, McCrag. That's how I say it. For some reason, I was mixing in my mind with McCree from Overwatch. I'm like, you sure it's not McCree?
I think that cider's getting to you already.
Mm-hmm. Okay, we have to make sure that we're not crazy. But do you feel that maybe, just maybe, the authors looked over Vulcan a little too much?
Okay, yes. And I will say, because, and I feel your pain, because me being a Dorn fan, I felt the same way with Dorn the whole time. So both of them are, I'm not, okay, I won't go any further with Vulcan. We'll stop with there, because you guys will get mad if you'll get mad if I spoil it. I'm not going
It sounds like we see Vulcan in the Siege of Terra again, Gavin.
No, Vulcan lives.
What?
Oh, he does.
So, but go back to Dorn, is, we saw these little tidbits, cameo appearances leading up to it. So the excuse that people were saying was he's going to have this big prominent role in the siege, and he really doesn't. It's a Sanguinius show. So it's, you've got bigger cameos in the siege, but that's about it. Even the book that I thought was going to be the greatest book ever, Praetorian of Dorn, I was like, wait, where's Dorn? What happened?
Now,
So I was let down with that part of it, but it is what it is.
are you sure it's the Sanguinius show or is it the Spear of Telesto show?
True. It
The
depends how
spiritual
many
is pretty cool.
Warlord Titan eyes need to be shot out.
Exactly.
The scene where he's standing and he takes out that one, I forget which book, I think it was in Saturnine. He takes that dude out, that Titan out, and like he just stares at the remaining 3 Titans and they all back off. I'm like, all right, that's getting a little too much.
It was a little silly. I agree.
I don't
So-
understand like why they're doing this.
I think, to be honest, I think it's a buildup to. I think it's the Worf effect. If it truly happens the way people have said it's going to happen, the old lore, right?
Right. You don't know. We
don't know. It's gonna.
We don't know. It's not.
We don't know, but the old lore, we know the old lore, right?
Yep.
Can we discuss the old lore?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Okay, so old lore, right? Sanguinius and Horus fight. Sanguinius dies. Big E comes in, sees, and kills Horus. Bam. So I think that's because Horus has been really written off to be this drooling, babbling idiot, and he's not this war master. I think it's almost the Worf effect where they're building Sanguinius up just so they can get his ass kicked to show how powerful Horus is. So now there's actually a reason to fight the souped up chaos. Horus can actually go toe to toe with the Emperor. That's my opinion. That's why I think they're pushing so much on Sanguinius.
So you don't subscribe to the Sanguinius kills Horus and then goes into
No, I hope that's the case.
That'd be sweet.
I really, really hope that's the case.
Thing is, it's Dan Admin that's writing it, so I don't see any twist happening.
What do you mean? He writes that you can't see the freaking what's her head chicks?
Sisters.
The Sisters of Silence or Sisters of Not Vision.
Can't see me.
Yes, I know they're Primarchs, but their eyes just glide right off me. They can't see me, so I'm going to sign to them that I'm here. Wait, what?
I don't even understand like why he did that. Because we've seen Sisters of Silence so many fucking times. Like, what if they're invisible?
If you guys get to ever read the Beast Arises series, Dan Abnett writes the first book, which is called I Am Slaughter, and it's supposedly about an Imperial Fist. The whole chapter, I wanted to throw up. It's they all have wall names.
And not a single wall was built.
Yes. No, it's like, what wall are you on? I'm on the slaughter wall. I'm on the bullseye wall. And they all get nicknames, right?
I don't know why. I was thinking like
they had the name.
Current walls, like, I am the Great Wall of China.
No, so they basically
I am the Wall of Berlin.
They all get in his story, there's one Imperial Fist that walks on each of the damn walls. And they just go by, they take on the nickname of that wall. But then they also go into the fact that all the other Imperial Fists get nicknames, like G.I. Joes, and it's based on traits that you have. And I'm just like, okay.
That he does the same thing with all the troops where he's like, oh, I am so-and-so from this
Saturnine.
Yada, yada, yada.
And but see, all right, and I will defend him on that one. He's trying to give you this. Everybody is all, this war is a global war. Units, conscripts, these guys are just decimated. And the few stragglers of the 100 guys that were in that unit, they're just trying to latch onto something. I think that's what he was trying to portray. That I wasn't a fan of it, but yeah. Oh, and you guys passed over one of my favorite parts of Saturnine, by the way.
Which one?
When Camba Diaz dies.
Who?
Really? Camba Diaz or whatever his name is. He's the one that was. I
remember.
Yeah. He takes down like 19 or 20 world eaters and whatnot.
Because it was so unrealistic.
Do you mean John Wall?
John Paul Wall.
John Paul Wall. That's what I was thinking when you said that every time a Imperial Fist was introduced, my name is Joseph Wall. Well, I'm John Wall. Like kind of like when it's
I'm Wally
Spaceballs,
Wallerson.
That makes
and
more
they're over
sense
there
than mine.
like major asshole, sir. I knew it. I'm working for
Yeah.
a major asshole.
Oh, it does my heart good that you quoted Spaceballs.
One of my favorite comedies of all time, if not
Oh yes.
my favorite.
Gavin's an old soul.
No, your favorite is Airplane. I feel like
I
we
do
both-
love Airplane. That is my favorite comedy.
You can't get away with those comedies anymore.
No way.
It's a set.
I would,
it's so
but I love
fucking
watching
funny.
them.
So Canda Diaz, who was Canda Diaz again?
He
Maybe
was
I
the
don't-
one that was with the shit. The chick at the beginning who like killed herself, and then like it alerted all the soldiers that there were people over there. And
Yeah, I remember
well,
that part, but then
damn.
is it
No,
the-
he was part of. He went with Sigismund to go to Mars when they went to go take a bunch of suits of armor. Remember, in the middle of the conflict, that Dorn's like, "Yeah, they can fight, but we need those power armor suits." He was put in like one of the spheres of the defense. You know, Sigismund was out, they're way out by Pluto, and they get closer and closer. He was one of the spheres. They don't really touch on him that much, but he's one of the high ups in the siege Imperial Fist.
You would think that if they wanted him to be memorable, they probably would have named him John Wall. And you would know. You would know exactly who.
Yes, because you know what? Everybody would have talked about that.
Everyone. This guy's John Wall, but you would remember the character.
Yes.
When we went through Titan Death, and every single person had like the exact same name.
Mohana.
Yes, it was rough.
Hana Tani. Tani
Yes.
We
Mahana.
still get comments when people watch that episode where they're like, wow, I can't believe you spent 30 minutes in that episode speaking names. And I'm like, that's the point. That's what
That was
That
it.
was the book. We still don't know who the characters
Well,
were.
And did you guys have to keep flipping back to the characters and like, okay, which Mohana was this? Is that the granddaughter? Wait, is that the sister?
I just went with it. I had no
Ugh.
idea who anyone was the entire fucking book. Except for the one guy who was just an idiot.
I imagined all of them as Moana.
Okay.
That's how I got through it.
All right. I'm a fan.
I've got another drink.
Oh boy.
Oh boy, here we go.
Here comes the
This one has-
mixologist himself.
This one has 3 ingredients instead of 2.
Oh man.
It's gonna
Bunch
get
of
crazy.
bunch of substitutions though.
It's got rum A and rum B.
And more
This is
cider.
what it is. So one of it's rum. All right. It says 1 3/4 ounce of golden rum. Who the fuck has golden rum? I don't know how, like, what level of rich you need to be to have golden rum sitting on your shelf. So
Yeah,
I've
I
got
don't even know what golden rum is.
Bacardi.
Yeah, that sounds like golden rum for sure. I'm gonna
This
look
one-
at golden rum.
This one is called sparkling golden. I don't know why, it just kind of makes me think of piss.
Oh, you can buy Bacardi golden rum for $11.
Who does that? Because
Well, I mean-
Bacardi Silver's there for like $10.
Fair enough. You can Target is $3 more than Total Wine. The more you know.
All right, this is the other one. 1/4 ounce of, get this is, it says Cointreau. What's Cointreau? Do we know this?
Isn't that like tequila?
I don't know.
I have no idea.
I Googled it and I think I can use Curacao. So I've got some blue Curacao. We have an absurd amount of Curacao because we went to Curacao.
Oh, Contrario is triple sec.
Curacao is kind of like triple sec, right?
Probably.
Cool. Here it goes. Now, it's kind of weird because Curaçao's blue. And the other one is not blue.
Yeah, I'm
So
sure
this
it's
is
the
gonna-
exact same thing.
It's going to be like a blue version of this drink, which is really cool, right?
Mm-hmm.
All right. So it's all that. And then the rest, it just says, fill it up with champagne. I don't know how this makes a good drink.
Do you remember that drink we had at New Year's a few years back? The one where I got really drunk and I broke the trash can at my dad's.
I don't remember the drink.
It was really good. It was like simple syrup, almost champagne, something else. It was really good though. Some German drink.
This tastes like
Ass.
it tastes a little like those terrible beers that we had last Halloween.
Oh,
The trick or treat.
those were ciders. Yeah.
It's really bad.
Does it taste like the one I had or your candy corn one? Because the one I had tasted like actual shit.
It kind of tastes a little like shit.
Well, I mean, you definitely didn't have the ingredients.
It's pretty simple. I mean, golden rum and rum, like that's probably the same thing.
Yeah, I'm not sure what the difference is between golden and non-golden.
And then I just have curacao and then chilled champagne. Now, granted, the champagne's not chilled because, like, who does that? That's pretty.
We always have ours in the fridge. What do you mean?
Okay. Well, not over here. Not at the workman household.
They need to step up their game.
Absolutely.
You should give them a wine freezer or a wine fridge.
I'm not gonna give them anything because I'm moving into a house. They can.
Fair enough.
So train wreck.
Yes, sir.
Why is it that you love Dorn in a sexual way?
You know,
Have you seen that stash?
well, which one are you looking at? Are you looking at old Dorn pictures or good new Dorn pictures?
Does Dorn
Whichever
have a
one's naked.
stash?
No, I think everybody when they pick a Primarch, it's just like any character in a book or movie stuff. You are either picking one that's you.
We're losing the wreck.
I think we lost them.
The train has been derailed.
Let me finish the sentence for them. You either pick one that you're insanely sexually attracted to, or that you would deny being sexually attracted to.
No. Or you either pick one of those guys or you pick somebody that you want, that you look up to, which means people that like Conrad Kurz are kind of weird. Don't hang out with them.
I like that.
So, but Dorn is that
he's cool.
I'm sexually attracted to Conrad Kurz. So.
Dorn is that soldier guy that I've always really appreciated. I like the Imperial Fist tactics first and what they represented first, and then was like Red Dorn. I'm like, okay, I get behind that. I'm not gonna lie. Sometimes I'm disappointed, but it's you got to take the character for all of the character, the flaws included. So some people write Dorn good, and some people are really terrible at it.
So who is your least favorite Primarch?
Lorgar?
Okay, that's an easy one. Who's your second
Jesus, just
favorite
give him a layup. God damn.
Okay, so other than I'm looking at my list right here.
He's got a list.
Here,
Yeah.
You know what? I'll go ahead and pull up the Primarch rankings.
Which is wrong. Yours are wrong.
Oh, I need screen sharing ability.
Ours are wrong? I don't think I'm going to grant you screen sharing ability. I don't trust you.
Host disabled participant screen sharing. Trainer, I see your mouth moving, but I hear nothing, pal.
There, you're the host now. You can do whatever you want.
I got them already.
So our Primarch rankings are the only ones that. How dare you put Dorn last? It's literally
Oh, you're
Lord
right.
now.
I'll update real quick before his audio comes back. Oh, let's see. He mentioned Lorgar was his least favorite. I'll put him down there.
There we go. That's a better ranking.
My glass is bent.
Your glass?
Yeah. There's like a dent in it.
What do you mean?
I don't know how to describe my current predicament until Trainwreck starts talking, but there's a sticker on it. I don't know if you can see the indent here. No, you cannot. Yeah. It's just like indented. Where the other one does not have that problem. My glass is broken.
That's strange. I've never seen dented glass.
Me either. I'm a little concerned, but I'm already drinking it, so it is what it is.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, we
I
can.
can hear you.
There we go. That was really freaking weird. So,
Damn
all right.
military.
Yeah, I know. All right. Lorgar is my worst. Okay, so I'm going to go from bottom up on my list.
I think we got
For
your
my-
list.
Yeah, I think your list is done. What do you mean?
Yeah, your list is I'm not that bad. Come on, guys. I can appreciate other people's nice things. So,
Bottom up.
all
Let's
right.
do this.
So how I did this was, and I was talking to Dylan about it. I was like, hey, because you can do your Primark rankings all over the place, right? It can be, are they the best at the coolest, the best hair, the best armor, the best fighting, Legion fighting.
biggest
So
You're
okay,
like, who has the biggest dick? Who do
then
I?
yours is then the list you have now is right.
Based off of fan art.
I'll also be do it.
So, but I did one-on-one fighting just where it's not no sneak attack bullshit or whatever. It's just, can this guy beat this guy? And then with the same logical conclusion, if you can beat this guy, therefore you can beat all the rest of them, right? All the guys that he can beat.
So why ours is correct.
Yes.
Okay, so the next guy on the list, the guy who can beat Logar and nobody else, Mortarion.
I respect.
Really?
I got Mortarion as 17.
Wow.
I think he's a complete. So I'm also taking intellect and who they are as a person or Primark and the stuff that happens with them and what they choose to do in fights and if they make things personal and all that other garbage.
To be fair, if he wasn't souped up, Gara would have killed him.
I agree, which also was why he's right where he is. 17.
That's a really good point, Dylan.
So Mortarion is 17. Mortarion can beat Lorgar, but that's it. And then 16, I got Alfarius. I think Alfarius can beat Mortarion. I think he's smart enough. I think that he would get under Mortarion's skin, if you will. And I think that even though he's going to be smaller and stuff, I think that he's going to be a better fighter, and he's just way smarter.
Mm-hmm. And then Dorn.
No.
And
After
then Dorn
that-
again. And then Dorn.
So 15th, the guy who can beat Alfarius is Ferrus Manus.
Yeah. Who knows? Ferrus Manus is just such a question mark.
And that's what's disappointing with him going out in book 4 or whatever it was, stupid fast. You don't really get to know. And then when they tried to give him some love in that short story with him and Vulcan and Mortarion,
It was awful.
he made him look like a.
Yeah, he just looks like an idiot.
Yeah.
I think we lost him again.
We lost the wreck.
The wreck is wrecking himself today. That's what's going on. It must be whatever base he's on. Must be some really bad internet.
That's terrible. Sorry.
Whose internet's worse? The military base or Gavin's apartment?
Yeah. Should look to see if there's a call-in number. Just call in on this damn thing.
You're good.
Anyway,
with
second.
radio.
Ferrus Manus. All right. The guy who can beat Ferrus Manus obviously would be Fulgrim. I got Fulgrim as ranked 14. I think even not souped up, I think he's smarter and would beast up on Manus.
Talk about another Primarch they did dirty.
Yes.
The dude just pieced out on the siege, and the only reason they could give is because he just kind of didn't want to be there right then.
He got his shit kicked in and got upset.
Yes. Well, he did get his shit kicked in. He turned into a shish kebab and then left.
But he didn't even get to do anything in demon form. Like
that was
stabbed, and he was like, "But this is what I look like, and that's all you're gonna see.
Yeah.
Fuck off!" And they just
and there's one thing you don't know. I can't die. I was like,
And then
yeah, you're stupid.
Like, well, why not just fight him then if you can't die? Like that seems
Yeah.
like
I know.
pretty
Then
win.
just kill Dorn. Then if you really think that that's the way it's going to be.
He's like, whatever, I gotta go stick my dick in something. And
Yes.
Amen, brother.
Who knows? Where's those butt plug wall guns?
you didn't put any butt plugs on this wall. You must not let me around.
Yep, I'm out. I was promised a very large butt plug. I probably should not say that very loud in my office. But
I would love for someone to storm in on that statement.
Excuse me, sorry.
I'm sorry, sir, but we're trying to do the return as quickly as possible.
Sir, I got something for you.
Yeah. Surrounded by major assholes around here. All right, moving on up. The guy that I think would kick Fulgrim's ass would be Magnus.
Yeah.
And I think Magnus is way down on this list.
What?
I put him at 14 or 13.
Magnus almost beat Vulcan if it wasn't for some random salamander dude.
Well, okay, so then it's the whole you take chaos out of it. If you're taking chaos out of it,
Magnus
then,
wasn't a demon yet. He was able to do the
okay, so it's warpy warp, those wizards beat knights and I guess.
It was also written by Graham McNeil, so maybe a little
Fair.
balance towards Magnus.
Yeah. And you will see Magnus again in the future. Even Demon Magnus isn't that big.
Got a big heart, man.
Just saying. So, and then moving up, the guy that could beat Magnus, the Lion. I would put Lion. I mean, they say the Lion is a duelist and he's this big guy. I mean, he is an idiot, and I think that's why he's so low on the list. I think if he was not such a just foolhard dumb, just dumb.
Yeah.
I think that and so all the people that I put above him might not be as skilled with him in a sword, like Inigo Montoya kind of a thing, but yeah. I think all of them would beat him in a straight up fight using the weapon that they bring and whatnot.
That's my costume this year. It's not an Inigo Montoya. It's I'm going as the Dread Pirate Robert.
Which version? The one where it's Andre the Giant being pushed in a big wheelbarrow?
No, that would be hilarious, though. I
that would be
love
amazing.
that idea. I will mark that down, and I will see if I can get someone to do that.
Yeah, and kudos if you can light yourself on fire and do it.
No, that would be remarkable. My fiance's dad, he's bald, so I'm like, you need to go as Vicini, so we can do this whole thing. The whole goal. That was kind of a funny joke. It's like, oh, we'll do like the thing, but we'll do it like the drinking game, but we'll do it with what's Malorts? We'll do it with Malorts. I don't know if you've ever had Malorts.
Nope.
The actual worst drink in the entire world, rated many times over. It is so bad, and it's from Chicago. And I don't know why it's like the best punishment shot in the world. I was like, yeah, we'll do the drinking scene with Malorts. He was like, oh, but I'd probably choose the right one. I'm like, come on, you haven't seen The Princess Bride. It's
have you ever tried soju, the Korean alcohol?
Mm-hmm.
That doesn't have much of an odor to it.
Well, Malort's does. It's fucking terrible.
Yeah, but that's the whole idea. You don't want an odor.
Well, I wouldn't let him smell it.
But that's the whole. That's the whole.
Doesn't matter anyway because it's in both the drinks.
Okay, fine. I'd love to find out how that works.
I'm excited for it, but he wasn't convinced, so I'm trying to get him to go as an ROUS instead.
There you go. A rodent of unusual size? I don't think they exist.
Probably not. I haven't seen one.
All right. So who can beat the Lion? I'm going to put Girly Man here. I think Gilliman and Lion are both subpar fighters, as we know that, Kerr's beat both of them. But I think Gilliman is smarter in what he does. And I think they don't, in the Siege, they don't give Gilliman enough credit as a fighter. He's kind of just pushed around like a bean counter. Okay,
I meant not in the Siege.
Not Siege. I meant Horse Heresy. I meant
Horse doesn't exist in the Siege.
He doesn't get there. He doesn't get there.
He's lost.
Or does he?
Definitely does not. Not in the Siege. Not my Siege.
Just saying. So okay, Gilliman. Moving on from Gilliman. At number 10, I got Korax. I think Korax could beat everybody below him. I think that the Korax is that kind of odd one because we don't know how good he actually is because he didn't get a lot of screen time.
He only with Lorgar, which is like nothing.
Yeah, exactly. And what is that? I mean, Lorgar couldn't even kill Malkador. I mean, seriously. But I think they do talk about how Korax is this really good fighter, and anybody that has a force whip or whatever the hell it is that he has, it's got to be pretty cool. Very impractical weapon, but would be cool to see.
His true power exists in convincing his brothers not to watch him sneak around.
And no. That only works for the sons, where they tell each other, just pretend you don't see him. Just pretend.
Fine.
Weird. It would be he'd go up to Dorn and be like, "No, brother, I see you." He's like, "No, I'm invisible." No.
I would still love to see the scene of like Horus and Mortarion and like Portorabo sitting there at Isfahan, and Korax is tiptoeing around.
In full
and they're
suit.
like, "Man, should we do something about him?" And they're like, "No, like he's hurting himself more than anyone. We've already killed his whole legion."
It would be the only time that Angron actually laughs.
Exactly. Like they go and talk to the Chaos Gods. Hey, what will we do? And Zinch is like, "This is the funniest shit I've ever seen."
Do nothing.
Like, keep that going.
He has to strip to actually be invisible though, so he's just fucking naked around Isfahan, tiptoeing around.
He's like, "I'm naked. In fact, you wouldn't see me if I didn't have my armor on."
The only person he's really trying to hide from is Fulgrim.
This is true. Because Fulgrim keeps wanting to see that Korax stuff.
So gothy. I love it.
All right, moving on up. I'm going to put at number 9, Horus.
I think that's fair. I think that's fair.
He's right in the middle. I mean, everybody talks about how good he is, and that's the problem with the heresy. Is every other Primarch says that every other Primarch's a badass, and it's like, all right, but what do we see? And we don't see anything. I mean, I haven't seen much, other than he can absorb a blow. Cool
with his mind.
Yes,
he can simply will the Mercury Ball.
Yes, but the better power is he was able to give it to his son Abaddon, where he can absorb the bullet with his hand.
He can catch bullets.
That was incredible.
Yes. So I'm gonna put Horus here. And that fight between Horus and Lima Russ in Wolfsbane, who knows if that's.
I mean, we just lost you again. But
yeah, that train
won that. Lima Russ won that. I mean, he only hesitated, and Horus was already souped up. Like he had like 17 Mountain Dews that day. And
so who knows if that was actually Chaos God Horus? That kind of stuff.
I think it was at that point. I do think it was.
What was that short story when they talk about when Horus met Lima Russ and he was acting like a drunk Viking and whatnot? And Lima Russ like, I wonder who would win in this fight. I think I can take you.
Yeah.
I wish they would. I wish Horus would have been like the impetuous child and jumped down and be like, let's go, let's see. And then Lima like just slap his ass around.
That was in Wolfsbane. Yeah, they did that. It was a flashback.
Yes, that's what it was. See, it all blends together.
And
the only thing I remember Wolfsbane is the leather outfits.
You remember painting on the walls, right? No, wait, that wasn't Wolfsbane. That was Bleeding Up. That was Vengeful Spirit.
Those were the crown drawings.
The best part of Wolfsbane was the call story.
You know what's so crazy? I agree, but you know what? That is another character that they dropped. Now, if Belisari's call shows up in the fucking siege, that's great, but I doubt it.
So, you want to hear something funny? No, I'm kidding.
You monster. We only have like 2 books left. I don't think they're going to answer.
So you know what? Honestly, I think Call was never intended to be in the Heresy or Siege. I think when they wrote him in with Primaris and how stupid the lore behind Primaris was, they're like, well, shit, I guess we have to put him back in the Heresy somewhere.
Yeah. Who wrote Wolfsbane? Was it David?
No. Thorpe?
Guy?
So there might be Guy. It's either Guy Haley or Gaff Thorpe, I think.
Yeah, one of the G's.
One of the G's. Probably
So-
G. He's a G.
All right, so got Horace sitting there. At number 8, I've got Vulcan sitting here.
How dare you?
Well, see, here's the problem with Vulcan.
Actually, Vulcan is my 8 as well.
Okay, so
It's the
so
exact
just-
Oh, I
same
have
ranking.
a 9.
so Vulcan, the problem with Vulcan is he wins just because he can't die. It's not that he's a good fighter.
He dies
He's
a lot.
He's like that the Simpsons episode when Homer's a boxer. Remember? And he sits there and just gets punched so many times till the Mike Tyson gets like worn out, and then he just like hits him once and the guy falls over. That's exactly what Vulcan is.
It's
I
Guy
mean,
Haley.
Vulcan, this is what I hate about the Ride of Vulcan. They don't give him any chances.
True.
He dies to like random shit, but like Conrad Kurz was scared as fuck of Vulcan. And Vulcan beat the shit out of Conrad Kurz.
Yes.
And Conrad Kurz beat the shit out of 2 Primarchs at the same time. But at the same time, like they just don't give like Primarch Vulcan a chance to fight. He gets destroyed by a nuke. He gets tortured forever. The dude dies like a million times.
He
I'm like,
takes
well,
a,
Okay, so then
hammer
what do you take
flying through
about
space?
Yes. Here, push this button and then end up, oh shit, I'm in the atmosphere. I didn't plan this very well.
This is gonna be so funny. Can't wait to give this to Horace.
Another great line from the Heresy. So that's I agree. I wanted to like Vulcan. I wanted to think that he's this badass. He's supposedly the strongest Primarch and whatnot. I also think that his nature puts him lower on the list anyways. Because he wants to give everybody a hug rather than fight, I think that also will drop him down. And he would hold back. That's why he was so dangerous when he was in lose his mind kind of mode.
Yeah. I think though, I oftentimes think that like if the Horus Heresy never happened, there was a line of Primarchs that were gonna be wiped out. Conrad Kurz was next on the chopping block, followed by Angron. We know this.
Yeah.
Conrad Kurz was already being hunted by like
Yeah.
Primarchs. So we know that the Emperor was procedurally eliminating Primarchs. And I think at the end of the day, only a few would remain, and Vulcan would easily be one of them, if not the last one surviving, because he's the only one that really makes sense for a completely built Imperium, in my opinion.
I agree.
Him and Dorn in reality are the only two that make sense. Maybe Gilliman.
Yeah, I was gonna say maybe Gilliman for the admin stuff.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I agree. So I mean, so that's where I put Vulcan. Next up at number 7, I've got Lehman Russ.
Whoa, that's a shakeup.
So, and this is why Lehman Russ is always, we got the whole executioner thing, and blah blah blah. Maybe it was just the 2 and 11 were just little bitches. If you know, they're worse than Lorgar. I don't know.
What? Oh, I've
We
got
don't-
so many statements. Finish what you're saying.
Okay, but Lehman Russ is always described as a brawler. That's the kind of guy the fighting style is. He's the brawler. When you go to what a brawler is, you know, they're natural fighters, cool, got it. They're tough, got it. But in essence, they just rely on their brute strength and their experience. That, you know, so that's why, you know. And when he got into a fight with somebody that I have above him,
Yep.
he lost.
No, he didn't.
Yes,
I
he did.
dispute that statement because I know who you're talking about. No, he did not. And we lost him. That's the perfect time to lose him. Trainwreck's wrong. Let's move away from this.
It's about Angron.
He's talking about Angron, yeah.
Yep.
No, it's Angron, and Angron is number 6 for me.
All right,
And
wait a minute.
Angron did beat Russ.
Let's pause this. Let me try and change your mind.
Oh,
I'm going to try in this exact moment to get you to change those 2 rankings.
All right, go ahead.
I think Gleeman Rush should be above Angron.
Okay, why?
While I do agree that technically Angron did lose to Lehman Russ, I think that's a very Angron.
Angron did not technically lose to Lehman Russ.
Sorry,
Lehman Russ
technically Lehman Russ lost to Angron. I think
Okay.
that's a very Angron mindset of you, Trainwreck. That was the whole point of the short story. Was Lehman Russ did lose to Angron, but he was trying to. The point of Lehman Russ fighting Angron was not to show that he can beat Angron up. It was to show that Angron's rage would lose him his entire legion. His legion had beat Lehman Russ's legion beat the shit out of the World Eaters.
You're right. However, we're not talking about legion fights. We're talking about two guys getting to a ring together.
I think Lehman Russ he wasn't trying to win because that wasn't the point he was trying to prove. He was trying to prove the point of like, listen, you can beat the person in front of you, but you're not thinking about the whole objective. And that's why I think if Lehman Russ was actually trying to kill Angron, it'd take very little. I mean, this dude hunted the night haunt. No, that's the lion. I think Lehman Russ is a stone cold killer. And I think the reason he's the executioner and the reason he went and fought Angron was because he was like, bro, I love you. And I don't want you to be the next person I kill. So instead of, because Lehman Russ knew that if he just beat Angron to a pulp, Angron would just be pissed. So Lehman Russ like, let me try and teach him the lesson so he's not the next person on the execution block. Because believe me, I'd rather kill the Night Haunter. That dude's fucking weird.
Okay.
Lehman Russ did exactly what he set out to do. And I think it was to lose to Angron, but to show him that the fight in front of him was not the actual battle.
All right. What's Lehman Russ's weakness in a fight? What would you say would be his drawback as a personality, his intellect? What part?
I actually believe Lehman Russ does not have weaknesses in a fight. And here's my reasoning. Hear me out. Lehman Russ knows his limits. I think Lehman Russ knows his limits. We know this because in Wolfsbane, he literally sits there and says, he's like, look, I'm the Emperor's Executioner, but there's 3 Primarchs I know I can't fucking fight. No, he said, was it 3? No, it was 2. He's like, there's 2 Primarchs I can't. Was it?
I don't remember what the number, but
Horus?
No, Horus was not one of them. Horus
no, it wasn't.
It was Curse.
Kurz and Sanguinius were 2 of them, and I think that might be the only 2. He was like, look, I know what I can fucking do, and it's not these 2. But I think this dude's like Batman. We talked about this so many times. It's like the episode of the Justice League where Batman, where everyone fights their arch nemesis, and they're like, oh my god, who found our weaknesses? And Batman was like, well, someone hacked in my security system because I actually figured out how to kill all of you.
Yeah.
That's what I think Lehman Russ is actually like. And I think he could kill Angron if he tried. That's my opinion. Do I change your mind?
No.
Oh, fuck you.
I think that when it's all said and done, a gladiator with the nails and somebody who just doesn't give a flying fuck would beat the brawler who might be the executioner and is not opposed to killing somebody and is used to fighting and loves to fight. I think a gladiator beats a brawler in that form.
Angron, I think before Demonhood was just as likely to die from burying himself to death on accident by punching the ground.
Except for he didn't. He came out.
You
couldn't bury him with the wall.
Through
he
the
came
ground,
out.
okay?
And now in Demonhood, he's actually died like 90 times. Like they're blowing him up every 4 seconds. But
I think honestly, I think
life. I don't know. I'm just saying. Like I feel like
all right, fine. Switch him. I don't care.
That's what I'm talking about.
Fine, put Russ over there. That's fine.
I've changed Trainwreck's mind.
Yes, you can
It's
put.
more like you bullied him into changing it.
No, but I want to get on to my next one. Conrad Kurz is who I got listed at 5.
All right, let me try and change your mind.
No, you can shut the hell up.
Oh shit.
I think Kurz is a badass. He really is.
Yes.
And I think he would kick fucking Russ's ass. And I think he'd beat Angron's ass. I think everybody else on that list. I think that he would be. I think the fact that he's crazy is why he's up this high. But I think that the people I put ahead of him are better fighters and smarter about it.
But before you go into who's next, Gavin, let's guess his top 1, 2, 3, 4.
Well, here's what I will say before we go into that. I agree with his Kurz ranking, except for one Primarch. Two Primarchs. There are two Primarchs that I think Trainwreck holds to much higher regard than anyone else. That Kurz would beat.
No, and I will fight you to the death on that one. I
Dan,
will
what
bite
do
your
you, what do you
knees
think?
off.
What's
Here's
his
And
my
I will
number
ranking.
in
freaking
This
order?
is what I
your
know.
toes.
His number 4, who are we missing? We're missing the Khan, we're missing Porto Rabo, we're missing Dorn, and we're missing Sanguinius. His number 4 is the Khan. His number 3 is Porto Rabo. His number 2 is Dorn, and his number 1 is Sanguinius.
I'm
That's
gonna
my bet.
say I think you're right, but I'll make it a little different. I'll say 4 is Porto Rabo, 3 Con, 2 Adorn, 1 Sanguinius.
Okay. Number 4, Perturabo.
No, you think the Khan's better than Porto Rabo? That's so against you.
No, I actually you might be surprised.
I will tell you,
Oh, he's gonna
I
say
think
Dorn next.
I think Kurz could beat the shit out of Porto Rabo. That's all.
No. So when you did your freaking rankings, you included his freaking Iron Battle Buddies, the freaking 6 freaking automaton guys with him. And I think with that intellect and with Kurz, that negates Kurz being able to get in with his freaking Wolverine claws and shit like that. I think Perturabo and his hammer and if you're including his dudes would beat Kurz. Remember, I'm taking out the whole sneak attack.
Kurz would kill the first Iron Circle robot, wear its skin, and make the other ones run away. And then he would just fight Porto Rabo.
Yeah, I don't think it works that way. I think when he tries to put the skin on, he's going to take a hammer to the dome. We have evidence of what happens when a hammer hits it.
We do. That's true.
So
Kurz's weakness is hammers.
And remember, Perturabo also has a hammer.
That's true. That's a really good point. You might be changing my mind on that one.
So I put Perturabo above Kurz. All right, that leaves me with Khan, Dorn, and Sanguinius. All right, number 3. Well, how about this one? Do you want my number 1, 2, or 3 right now?
I want your number 3.
Number 3, Rogel Dorn.
Whoa!
All
yes.
Right.
Holy
I
shit.
think that Dorn can beat Perturabo. I think it would be one hell of a long stalemate fight. I think they would just beat the living tar of each other for like longer than Sanguinius and Sevatar did, or whatever that fight was, where I think they just go months fighting each other. And at the end of the day, I think Dorn says something to get under Perturabo's skin, and that causes the opening, and Dorn beats him that way.
See, I would disagree with you here because I think Kurz could beat the shit out of Dorn. Dorn was literally pissing his pants about Kurz. He didn't even go up to the siege.
Okay, so all right, you want to go back to the whole Lightning Tower shit? Okay. Let's talk about Dorn, who's wearing a freaking toga, and a fully armed Kurz hiding in the bushes, jumps out and starts freaking going batshit with his claws into. At that point, nobody had thought it was even possible to go heresy on somebody. So the fact that you're claiming, oh, look, Kurz beat him up because Dorn was walking somewhere else in his freaking bathrobe and Kurz jumped out from around I don't buy that.
I don't know. Kind of seems like if you can buy Lehman Russ getting beat by Angron, you can buy that story. That's all I'm saying.
No, not even this. And the fact, and what Dorn was really afraid of was the fact that a brother can turn, and that that meant if there is one brother that can turn, the imperial truth is not, or what it was up to that point wasn't true. And I think that's what shook Dorn to his core.
I think he was scared first.
Yeah, whatever. Be a little bitch. Keep drinking your apple cider stuff.
I'm drinking my second apple breeze.
Yeah, your second apple breeze. So I got that at Dorn. So that leaves the 1 and 2. I'm going to agree with you that Sanguinius is 1 and Khan is 2.
Dang, that's the highest ranking of the Khan that we have.
I think that when you finish this book, you will understand where I'm at.
The Khan is a badass.
I think that the Khan's speed, I think his don't give a shitness. I think that he's unpredictable. Like, he's got the best of almost all the traits in the damn Primarchs. I think if he just wasn't a freaking angelic being, I think you would beat Sanguinius or have the Spear of Telesto. I mean, just
The Spirit
saying.
Telesto is really
It's
the
a
rise
little
above.
overpowered.
What's
But
the
I think
weapon? What's it
I
called?
think I don't know, freaking
No one knows. No one gives a
the-
shit. But the Spirit Telesto and the Sword of Incarnine,
yeah,
that'll fuck
except
you
for
up.
the Khan doesn't need to name his damn weapons. He just goes out and says,
Yeah, he just goes, I am fast, I kill.
Mhm.
Is what he's gonna say.
Yeah, I think that's a great ranking. I think that's a really
I like
good.
it.
I'll tell you the things that blow my mind. Magnus that low, that's wild to me. I mean, the dude's got mind bullets.
yeah, the mind bullets. I mean, okay. And what else can he do?
He can shoot more mind bullets. That's a lot of bullets. Everyone else has melee weapons. The
I mean,
Magnus can
okay.
shoot mind bullets.
So yeah, but all you have to do is throw sand in one eye and you beat him. Okay.
The dude is literally fighting everyone, and he's broken into literal shards of his essence. I think that's
Yeah.
pretty intense.
Magnus. I'm not a fan of, and okay. In the future, Demon Magnus gets beat up by a dreadnought. Just saying, Magnus is a little weenie.
A little weenie.
I'm telling you, Magnus is. I don't know why people put Magnus so high.
Can I ask you this question? Because this is something I've been really interested in the whole series. Because I heard this, and Dylan, you're thinking the same, or you're not thinking the same thing, but we're on the same page. Isn't there supposed to be an Emperor's Children dreadnought?
Yes.
Yeah,
Who
what's
is
his
this?
face?
Rylanor.
Yeah. Where the fuck is Rylanor?
He, you saw him. You know where he's at. You've already read about it.
But in
Wait, did you?
We know he exists. Like there's another story.
No, wait. So you know what happened to Rylanor, right?
No.
So Rylanor.
We read about him in Fulgrim, but that was before Isfahan. We know he was on Isfahan, but everyone's like, yo, he survived. I'm like, that's great, but we haven't seen him through the entire series. So if they just bring this motherfucker up at the siege, I'm gonna be like, wow, I don't care.
He doesn't get to the siege.
Who is this guy?
It's in the Primarch's short story. It'll spoiler if you're gonna if I'll tell you, but it will be a spoiler for a Primarch's short story in the future.
So is it the Fulcrum book?
No.
Oh
no.
Where the fuck is he? What book does he appear in?
It's I don't know the name of it, but it's. Do you want me to tell you it real quick? It's up to you.
I mean, I don't think it's a spoiler because we know he's alive.
I'm down.
So, anyways, he's still in Isfahan. He stays there. He's trapped. There's a bunch of Thousand Sons that go there. They hear a call and they think it's something special or whatever. And as they get there, they're going real fast. They get to this spot. They going in the cave. They think they got whatever they come for. Turns out it's freaking Rylanor just sitting back there. And he's like, wait. He's busted up, looks like shit, right?
But he doesn't know the Thousand Sons are traitors.
Nope. But he's sitting there, and turns out he was like, "You weren't the ones who were supposed to answer the call." And then you hear a voice off the side that says, "You're right, I was." It turns out it's freaking Demon Fulgrim, and they say going after it. They get ready. They have this big talk, and rather than Fulgrim's like, "I'm going to turn you into one of my pleasurable things." And
I'm gonna turn you into a butt plug.
Yep. And then Rylanor goes, "Not before I melt you with this virus bomb that didn't go off, but now I have." And he ignites the virus bomb.
Oh.
You want to hear the fucked up part?
No.
Yeah. Okay.
Tell me.
He doesn't kill Fulgrim, obviously, but Fulgrim still takes the freaking what's left of Rylanor, the body, and says, "I'm still gonna make you my plaything," and then that's it. How it ends.
Turns into a butt plug.
I thought Rylanor was going to be a much bigger deal than that.
Nope. That's it. That's all the Rylanor right there.
Huh.
I don't know why he's such a big meme guy. I think Narek should be a better meme one, but yeah.
Do we ever hear from Narek again?
Do you want me to answer this?
I just want a yes or no.
I'm disappointed.
I'm assuming he didn't kill Lorgar.
When you get that Primarch's book, that's badass.
The Lorgar?
There's a Lorgar story that has it's badass.
With
And it's not badass because of Lorgar. It's not. It's badass about something else. It's pretty cool.
Right. Well, the Primarch books, if I try to buy one right now, they're like $250.
Yeah, a bunch of these are the short stories. I will tell you what, I have been super disappointed with all of the Primarch books. They're terrible.
Yeah, I heard that one was good.
I think that's one I haven't read.
Which one?
But the Lion one was absolutely ridiculous. Angron was ridiculous. I only like the Dorn one because it says Dorn. But I was disappointed with that book as well. But it does have Fafnir in it, so I'm a fan. So, but yeah, all of them I hated. I have hated every Primarch novel that's come out because they're not about. Most of them aren't about the Primarchs. They're like the Primarchs usually sub characters in the damn Primarch stories.
That's a little lame.
Yeah. It's stupid, but anyways.
Cool.
So you guys still don't like Fafnir?
I like Fafnir.
I like Fafnir.
Okay.
What's wrong with
All
Fafnir?
right,
It reminds me, when I think of the name Fafnir, I don't know why, I'm like, that dude's definitely a furry.
It is definitely a Space Wolf name.
Yeah.
I especially liked in First Wall that he doesn't beat what's his head in his cataphractii armor.
4X.
Not Corax, the freaking
Forex.
Not Forex. Forex was the Shiv. He fought the Groger or whatever the hell's name is.
Kruger. Oh yeah.
Yes. Yeah. And he even says, well, I'm probably gonna die, but all right, let's go. So, but he's my favorite part's still coming for you guys. It's in End in the Death.
End in the Death. How is Echoes of Eternity?
I did not like 2/3. The first 2/3 of it is stupid beyond reason.
Because we love ADB.
I see. It's disappointing. The first 2/3 are. The last third is outstanding. The first, and you'll understand because of what we think that's supposed to happen. With Sanguinius before he goes up to talk to Horus and whatnot. It's they changed from the established lore.
Perfect. I love that.
Yeah, they talk about why they changed it and stuff.
Cool.
So
I'm excited.
Yeah. But it does have it's a lot of backstory. That's why I didn't like it.
That's fair. No, Triner, you have a hard out in 2 minutes, right?
We can go for a little bit.
Okay.
Wow, what you got?
You got anything?
What?
Do you have anything? All I can smell is my dinner. So that's where I'm
yeah, we're ready to go. I knew it. He didn't want to say it, but
yeah. So you were putting it on me.
You wanted someone.
Well, you said 4:30, and I was like,
4:30. That's right. But if we're talking, we're talking.
That's
but
what
no,
I'm
I got you, bro.
Like, that's what I live with every day. Is this fucking guy who just puts it off on everyone else?
Normally, I have to piss really bad. I'm like, all right, let's wrap up.
He's up here like, oh, Gavin, how do you feel? Like on anyone else? Goodness gracious.
Well, that's how you host, right? You put the problem on someone else.
For sure. Yeah, co-host doesn't matter. There's clearly a hierarchy here. There's a hierarchy.
Exactly. If I have to upload it, that means I gotta make the rules.
Fair enough. So
fair enough.
Roll us out, sir.
Yep.
All right, everyone. You got to meet the train wreck. He is a train wreck. Find him on our Twitter, Find him on our Discord, pinned to our Twitter at Heresy Lodge. Email us at heresylodge@gmail.com. Hit us up on YouTube at the Heresy Lodge. Buy some merch. I'm sure if Trainwreck wasn't at work, he'd be loaded in it. He has
So much
t-shirts,
merch.
sweatshirts. He made his own custom pants.
He got a custom butt plug made.
Whoa,
Yeah.
whoa, whoa.
Extra
Three of them,
large.
all
Promise not
three
to talk about
logos.
that.
Extra large. That's what he was complaining about on the call.
That's why the
You
internet's
promised.
bad.
Wi-Fi built in.
Oh.
Yeah, we put hotspots in them.
Oh.
We'll be back next week with our probably full review of Warhawk. Who knows how much
hopefully.
we've read by then?
Review?
Maybe. We'll see. We'll see how it turns out. Trainwreck, do you have anything you want to shout out to the Discord guys? I mean, I know you'll be around for a few more weeks, but
Nah, it's been awesome hanging out with you guys. It sucks I haven't been able to be on the Discord like I used to back in the day, but I love hanging out with you guys. I love listening to you guys. I love screaming at the radio saying you guys are effing wrong and you forgot parts of the books. But
what are you gonna do in retirement? What are your plans?
get another job because Army retirement sucks. But I have a chance to actually make more money. Then you add that to with my retirement. So I'll probably work for another 15, 20 years.
I'm sensing a lot of butt plugs in your future, sir.
Yeah, I'm also
No.
seeing more free internet in your future and not leaving the Discord.
So yeah, I will try my best to be around. But there might be about a month or so that I got the transition. But I will try. I'll let y'all know.
Sounds good. We always look forward to it. I mean, you keep things interesting. That is for sure. Gavin, anything
Yes.
you want to sign off on?
Oh, hold on. I do have to remember to take credit. I was the one that got the butt plugs flowing. Just saying. It was me that said, did you guys read that part when he got the butt plug shoved in him?
That is true. That is a true statement.
Yeah,
There's a lot
that
of
did
butt
happen.
plugs.
He made the
Here comes
meme.
train wreck. Every single time that he tries to say something now, like, "Oh, you missed my favorite part in this book," I'm like, there was definitely some weird sexual shit that happened at that.
he got something that showed up his ass.
Absolutely.
Just saying.
All right, guys, that's it. Like I said, check us out on Discord, meet the train wreck himself, and we'll be back next week. Have a good one.
See you.